Hey, I'm back. Okay, let's wrap this up. All right, uh, this is going to be the last one for part two. All right, which is us as the children of Israel. So throughout this entire part, God delivered. They complained. God provided. They complained. God asked for obedience. They rebelled. He displayed his goodness, and they still complained. He provided. They still complained. Why do we complain so much? And not only do we complain, and actually in our complaints, we question God. So God is like, why do you question me? All right, so let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, so as I told you in the last video, this is Exodus 36, last verse of this chapter. All right. And Omer is 1/10 of an Ephah, EPHAH. Yeah, so that's told you that's how I knew what Omer meant. It's 1/10. All right. So anyway, that's not important. So okay, well it is, but let's move on. So water from the rock. That is the name of Exodus 17. Okay, the whole Israelite community set out from the desert of Sin, traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. So they quarreled with Moses and said, "Give us water to drink." But these people are, man, they rough. They rough. Moses replied, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test?" But the people were thirsty for water. There, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and livestock die of thirst?" Then Moses cried out to the Lord, let me, as if it was me, what am I supposed to do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me. I had to throw my little extra in. The Lord answered Moses, "Go out in front of the people. Take with you some of the elders of Israel and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb." I think I said it right. "Strike the rock and water will come out of it for the people to drink." That's amazing. So Moses did this in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the place Massah. Massah. Y'all gonna be like, this dude can't read. Anyway, they called the place Massah, and he called the place Massah and Meribah, because the Israelites quarreled and because they tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" We have to learn to trust him. We have to learn to trust him. Because when we don't trust him, that's like us showing him that we don't appreciate him, that we are ungrateful for all that he has done. That shows how can I put this? That shows how much we don't deserve. God gives out of the kindness of his heart. It is his goodness. The children of Israel, the Israelites, They complain over and over and over again. We complain over and over and over again. A lot of times we put ourselves in situations, whether it's a bad mind space, in a bad position, predicament. We put ourselves in situations. We make things harder than what it's supposed to be. And while we're there, we complain. And not only are we complaining, but we frown our faces and our noses up at God as if He the one did it. Granted, sometimes He causes things, sometimes He doesn't, and it's not to harm us in any way. It's more to show us that He is the Lord. All right. Like I said yesterday or today, whenever this video is going to come out, He has gotten us through so much. We've been through so much, but we can look back on and be like, man, that was like the worst time of my life. Or, man, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that no more. Man, I'm glad I don't have to see such and such every day no more. Once we get out of it, we have a way of expressing how it's past tense. Now, man, I'm glad I'm not struggling no more. But are you look at it as your boss gave you a raise? Or because of what you did, you was able to bring in more? Have you ever took the time out to think or even look and see where God had His hands in it? But we want to take the credit. But we don't want to take the credit when we put ourselves in bad situations. Now we want to blame God. And when God get us out of it, we take the credit. And then when we go through something again, we blame God. We don't want to take the credit, but we get out of it, we take the credit. But He still provides. How can God be so good to us? So graceful to us, so merciful to us, and for us to be so ungrateful and complain over and over and over again. And chances are we got ourselves in this crowd. How do we expect Him to be there when we really need Him? If when we get out of it, we take the credit, and then if we go through something else, we blame Him again. Like if you was looking out for me and I always complained, nothing was ever good enough, you'd be like, man, to heck with you. Don't call me no more. I don't want to see you no more. Get from around me. Like, we're done. So, but God don't do that. He's so forgiving. He don't do that. He's still there. He's still there. We walk away from, we go in the other direction. We chase other idols. We chase out the greed. We chase out the money. We chase out the material things. We chase out after all these different gods. And He like, whenever you get done, whenever you see that that's a dead end road, that's death down that road, you come back, I'll still be here. Why don't we serve Him? Why don't we serve Him? Who do you know that's that good to you? Who do you know that's willing to go to bat for you? That's willing to die for you? Willing to do whatever for you and ask nothing in return? All He just wished that we would be obedient to Him and allow Him to be Lord of our lives and guide us in the direction that He wants us to go. That's sound like too much. But guess what? It's benefiting you. It benefits you. Romans 8:28. For I know the plan. I'm sorry. We all know all things. I forgot my scripture. We know all things work to the good of those who love God and who are called according to His purpose. It benefits you. Like, let's serve Him. Let's give Him what we deserve. What He deserves. We can't repay it. just do it.